It could, but I think it comes down to how the starters look and if they're healthy. If they look good and they're healthy going in, then I think people are going to just ignore what they see in the second half of games when the backups and guys who are going to not even be there, are a factor.
Sean McVay has also started a new trend, not playing his superstars, and there's a few coaches already that have said they're thinking about doing that as well. So we may see a preseason where we see some 0-4s, and it doesn't matter. They're just not playing the guys. We'll see what happens with Baker Mayfield and his squad. Obviously, you want some reps with Odell Beckham and getting him with some live action.
And by the way, you know what this proves? Because
preseason's useless.
The idea, if anybody's still got the idea that any team, any NFL team needs 4 preseason games to get ready, they are out of their minds. 2 games tops.
Well, week 4, nobody plays.
No, I know. In week 1, nobody plays.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just about it ties into season ticket ordeals and money. It has really nothing to do with preparation for the regular season.
100% agree. It's all about the greenbacks. No question about that. Let's go behind the counter. Will Bernanke from CG Technology Sportsbooks at the Moneyline Guy on Twitter. He's going to tell us what's happening behind the counter on tonight's Major League Baseball. And we'll start with the Nationals and Marlins. The Marlins can't be scoffed at anymore. They've been respectable enough so that when you put a big number up, they draw some money, but not tonight. Steven Strasburg on the mound for the Nationals, Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins, and at least the early money here was showing on the Nationals.
Yeah, not a high-volume game, but certainly the money's been backing Washington here to get the sweep. But the sentimental favorite in this game seems to be the under. That's where we're really our biggest liability is in this game. So it looks like we'll need another game like yesterday where an outburst by one of those teams to go over.
Just on the Nationals themselves, look, this was looking like a lost season, and now they're only 1 game under 500 in a division where the Phillies are barely 500, the Mets stink, and then the Marlins. Obviously, the Braves are the team to beat in that division, but Washington very much in the race now. So have you seen any of that trickle over to the futures book where people are now looking and saying, boy, I can get a pretty good price of this team now?
Yeah, Dave, they actually have. Not to win the World Series, but to win the NL.
Okay.
We've seen some national monies come in from some of our sharper players, so we had to keep an eye on that. And we figured that would be coming because we saw it before the season. And it's a team that, it's capable of making a run. You have those, Scherzer and Strasburg, that you can run that type of 1-2 out there every 5 days. You have a puncher's chance in a division that's vulnerable.
Moving to the Dodgers and the Rockies, rookie Pete Lambert's had 2 starts at Colorado. He's gotten shelled in both, has 2 good road starts. Walker Buehler struck out the Rockies 16 Ks last time. 2 questions in this game. When a number gets to 12, a total, does it affect the betting? And do you see people actually take advantage of 2 pitchers facing each other, the opposite teams, in back-to-back starts?
Yeah, this one, we didn't see much action here on the side. It's good two-way action as far as the money line here, but the action has been on the over. So that looks like our liability will be on the over, and we'll need the under. And to answer your question about the 2 pitchers, if you could repeat that, I was a little confused.
Well, when a pitcher faces a team back-to-back starts, like these 2 are, as they're playing each other for a second time in 2 weeks, do you tend to get more over money because of the hitters having an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the reason why they're betting this over, it's hard to say because it's a Coors Field, so naturally people are going to lean to the over in the way the Dodgers seem to beat up on the Rockies this year, that too. But I certainly could see that adding to those other points, a familiarity with the pitcher, and a lineup knowing that pitcher well, that could affect the betting.
Well, we'll see very little familiarity between the pitchers and the teams in this game. Tyler Beede has been up for a while with the Giants and has not pitched well at all, although the Giants are 5-1 when he starts, which has nothing to do with him. Alex Young is making his Major League debut tonight for the Diamondbacks. What's happening behind the counter in this game?
Again, the money line's been just pretty much two-way action, but money's been coming in on the over. A lot of times we see that with pitchers that have, which is strange. Usually sometimes a conventional wisdom would say new pitcher, hitters haven't seen him maybe first or second time around. They struggle, and the game could stay under, but we've seen action on the over here.
And the pickings are slim tonight in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, but this is a good ball game.
We're going to finish
here
off with the A's and the Angels, and I have to think you're going to be getting some good volume on this game being the late game. And and the Angels being involved. It's Anderson against Canning. Tell us what's happening behind the counter.
Yeah, both teams coming in playing good ball, right? The A's took 2 games at St. Louis there, pitched well. Angels beat up on the Reds there in 2 games. But they're backing the Angels here early. But I think this is a game where we're going to see some good two-way action, come game time at 7 o'clock, and it'll be the only game on the board, so should see more than normal handle on this.
And, let's extend it a little bit in talking about these two teams and their presence in the AL West. Oakland is just Oakland. They don't get a lot of attention, but they are 43-38. They're 5 games over 500, so they're in the playoff mix. And the Angels have really started to play well. They're getting bodies healthier. And with Houston playing poorly, is there anybody stepping up and taking a lottery ticket shot on the AL West to go to maybe Oakland or the Angels?
Well, we did see in the last couple of days an Angels bet to win the AL, a pretty significant bet from one of our more respected players. So that came in. The timing was, it was kind of obvious when they're playing well, but the number was right, and it made sense. If the Angels can get any kind of pitching with their way they can swing the bat, it's not unfathomable that they could at least get to the playoffs as a wild card, or I don't think they win the division, but certainly as a wild card, maybe sneak in and do some damage.
Well, a question as a bookmaker, you talked about the A's and Angels being the only game tonight. At what point in the line do you stop getting two-way action? A 150 favorite, a 160 favorite, a 170 favorite? I mean, you'd probably want every sole game to be, between the 130s or 140s? But how big of a favorite does it get where people start shifting to the run line and you don't get that public favorite money?
That's a good question. From what I've seen, it seems that cutoff is usually around the 135, 140 mark. That's when you start to see people either taking the dog or shifting their attention to maybe the first 5 inning run line, or the full game run line, so they could get a better price on something on the same side that they like.
All right. What else is going on down there? You've got beautiful books throughout town, great places to watch the games. And, of course, we haven't talked yet about the mobile app and what a benefit that is for anybody who's in action.
Yeah, I mean, the Women's World Cup quarterfinals are upon us here. USA-France tomorrow. As I mentioned before, we'll have props for that match. Real good ones, the team keep a clean sheet, method of victory, penalty kicks, that type of thing. Our season win cross-sport matchups are out, college versus the NFL, so some pretty good rivalries here. Michigan Bears, just to add a few more, Texas Cowboys, LSU Saints, Florida and the Jaguars, Notre Dame and the Packers, and, of course, our probably our best one, Alabama and the Patriots, which I think that's going to have great handle on it. Got baseball All-Star break approaching us, so these are, these key games coming up. NFL season wins, of course, college football season wins, and the futures will still be up. A great time to bet futures on baseball as the All-Star break. Gives you a chance to evaluate each team. You don't feel rushed. You can shop around for prices. And I think we have the best prices in town for baseball futures, not only for the World Series, but to win each AL and NL. And the British Open will be here, I believe, in a week or two. So make sure you download the CG Technology app and sign up for an account so you can begin to prepare and bet like a pro.
Will, I've got a project for you. I always talk smack with Johnny Detroit in Michigan and with Marco in Pittsburgh. So I'd like to see a Browns and Ohio State against the Detroit and Michigan, and a Browns and Ohio State against the Steelers and Penn State. So come up with those in-states for college and pros so I can talk smack to my two nemesises.
The Steelers and Penn State, we have that up.
Steelers and Penn State versus Ohio State and the Browns.
Oh, I see.
I like
combine the two and then... Okay.
So we can talk state smack. And so, my Browns and Ohio State can go up against Michigan and the Lions.
Here's the question. Yeah. If they put a line up on that, because it wouldn't be that difficult to add them up and make a line, are you guys going to go to CG and bet the thing?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Marco and I will both show up and bet the tickets, and then we have the tickets to go head-to-head and talk smack all year long.
Will, you'll be just sitting back and collecting the juice on that one.
Yep, we'll have the stipulation on the sheet that, with your names on there.
You got it.
Will, it's always a pleasure, buddy. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Will Bernanke, risk analyst for CG Technology Sportsbooks. Good spot. We'll come back. We'll get our Joe's angle of the day out to you, and we will look at the Thursday If we looked at the Wednesday, we'd get them all right. But at the Thursday, MJ Christensen 4-4.
The Las Vegas Sports Line.
When it comes to dependability in car batteries, no one beats Interstate Batteries. Interstate Batteries has been providing outrageously dependable starting power for over 65 years. With over 200,000 dealers nationwide, there's one near you. Just click on interstatebatteries.com.
I got my brand new Shinola watch at MJ Christensen. Absolutely love it.
Shinola is an incredible American story. It talks about what happens when industry comes back to America. This visionary hired 70-some-odd people off of welfare. One person that was making minimum wage for 4 years is now the spokesperson for the company. Go on their website, Shinola Watches, and who's the distributor here? Only MJ Christensen Diamonds.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park.
Golfers, Las Vegas Golf and Tennis has a new name, Las Vegas Golf Superstore. Las Vegas Golf Superstore is now part of the worldwide golf family of golf shops, and that means bigger selection and better prices, all backed with a 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Come visit our newly remodeled store off Tropicana on Dean Martin Drive and look for the same friendly faces and check out the new inventory with incredible deals. Las Vegas Golf Superstore. Now home with a 90-day satisfaction guarantee off Tropicana and Dean Martin Drive.
Summer is heating up, and so are the deals at Findlay Acura. Test drive now to receive your free Visa gift card between $25 and $100. Save $500 towards your first-year registration with the purchase or lease of a 2019 MDX. Save with affordable lease prices on the 2019 ILX 8-speed dual clutch starting at $239 OAC, and the all-new TLX 8-speed dual clutch for $299 per month OAC. Findlay Acura in the Valley Auto Mall or online at FindlayAcura.com. Some restrictions apply. OAC on all offers. 36-month term. $24.99 down on ILX and $29.99 down on TLX. Expires 7/1/19.
Hitting the road? Taking on the desert trails? Is your fun riding pleasure a motorcycle, dirt bike, ATV, or side-by-side? Before heading out on your next journey, Interstate Batteries suggest you check the battery and cables. A low charge, loose connections, and corrosion can rob the battery of its full power. And nothing is worse than a dead battery when you least expect it. Have your battery and cables checked today by any authorized Interstate dealer. Most will do it for free. And if you need a new battery, replace it with a Green Top Interstate.
Interstate Batteries. Outrageously dependable.
License number NSCB 79415 0079414.
Zach, have you ever heard of the 7-year itch?
Sure, everyone's heard of that.
Well, air conditioners have an 11-year itch.
What do you mean?
11 years is when the average air conditioner has so many things wrong with it that it makes more sense to replace it than to repair it.
Cars don't usually make it 11 years.
Computers hold together about half that long.
Is that why you're always pushing those jujuvenations?
It's rejuvenation.
The way you say it, I thought you were putting some kind of magical air conditioner juju on those units to make them last longer than 11 years.
No, we just bring the system back to factory specs so that it doesn't fight against itself.
Say it for me.
Rejuvenation.
Are you sure you're not saying jujuvenation?
Zach, don't you have some plumbing repairs to do?
I see what you did there. You wanted to remind folks that Gettle does plumbing, too. You slipped that in real nice, Kenny G.
Gettle, G-O-E-T-T-L. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Hey, it's Dave Cokin with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. So, car wrecks, very frequent in Las Vegas. Sometimes serious injuries, some not so serious, but in a lot of cases, there has to be some kind of physical therapy after the accident. Talk about that.
Yes, Dave. We as physical therapists can assess all injuries after a car accident. Sometimes we're the first person to see a patient, where we can identify the type of injuries the patient has. We will get them moving better, help reduce their pain, and we also work in conjunction with multiple physicians so these patients can be given appropriate medications to help with their pain, muscle spasms, and swelling. We can also provide any postoperative treatment in case these patients ever need surgery on their spine, their shoulders, and their knees.
LionsPTLV.com, 702-476-0222.
Findlay True North Honda, Southern Nevada's newest Honda dealership, located in the Northwest at Centennial Hills, is celebrating our Hello Summer Savings event with huge incentives on most new Hondas in stock, including the Honda Accord, Pilot, and Civic, as well as true savings on our certified pre-owned Honda inventory. Come by Findlay True North Honda in the Northwest at Centennial Hills today, or visit us online at FindlayHonda.com. Findlay True North Honda. Happier Hondas happen here. Hands down.
The best dart players in the world are coming to Las Vegas for the biggest party in town. Watch the world's top stars from across